Read then, lads and lasses, how we're doing, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. First things first, how long has it been since I've said them words? I'm so grateful that you've all stuck by my side. And yes, it's a brand new change to the channel, lads and lasses, which I am very excited to be sharing with you all. Hello, Stella. It's been a long time. I hope you're okay. Hello, Logan. Hello, JJ Seema, Hepso, Shannon, Thomas. It's great to see you all. It really, really is, lads and lasses. Geordie boys, hello everyone, right? I want to make something clear first of all. Yes, the topic of today's live is should we move from St James's Park? And first of all, it's not something where I'm just going to go, yeah, I think we should move. And end the discussion, we've got some news. And actually, if I can get most of it up, a fair bit of news to get through, which I will bring onto the live in just a second, which we can all talk about. But I do want to make something clear. This is the very first live of the channel, and I can imagine we'll be doing this for quite a long time, lads and lasses. I do prefer the lives over videos because I can speak to you directly and we can get the news out much more faster, much more productive wise. It makes a lot more sense. But hello though everyone, it's great to see you all and I am looking forward to these daily lives. But yet again, like I was going to say, if it kind of isn't a perfect live to start off with, please do bear with me on the screen just to kind of start things off. We're going to get more things to fill out the screen, maybe I don't know what, we'll get some things on the screen and we'll make it all look fancy and very, very nice, but this is the first time we'll do it, so maybe expect something different tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, in very recent times. And as you can see, I've kind of got some lighting, as I did say I would get in the last live, but enough mumbling. Look, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Geordie Josh Daily News Live. So, you know, once we've done these consistently for around a year, you can say you were in the first ever live, which is absolutely fantastic. Something I do want to quickly touch upon, I want to say thank you. Jeff Knowles has said it himself there. Congratulations on your award, Josh. Well deserved. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do already know, I think I asked you lot to vote for me in the Football Content Awards. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually go down to London and get the award myself, but I actually came second as the best young content creator on the planet. That's absolutely crazy. So first of all, thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate the support on every single social media platform and especially YouTube. Honestly, don't worry, lads and lasses. I say it myself, I'm saying that I'm not as consistent as I was on YouTube, but trust me, with these daily lives, it's going to be so much easier to do the content, and we are back. That's never been more evident than it has now. I voted for you, favourite YouTuber Josh. Thank you, everyone. I really do appreciate it. But now, trust me, there's no more rambling. Should we move away from St James's Park? Now, I'm not just saying this as something random that's came to my head. There was a fan event which fans were emailed and actually allowed to go down to, which is classed, I think it's classed as St James's Stack now. That's its official name, presented by Stella, which of course it's where you can get some alcohol before the game, you can get some food, etc, etc, where you can watch the match. It's right next to St James's Park. Newcastle United holded a fan event at the Stack and basically said exactly this. I was going to do this last, but yeah, I'm going to get this one up first, actually. I believe this man, Brad Miller, I think this man's name actually is Henry Winter. He's some sort of high up CEO of Newcastle United. He was on stage at the Stack in front of fans and asked for a fan live survey, which was just a show of hands. Number one, hold up your right hand if you would extend St James's Park and of course stay at our historic ground, or raise your left hand if you would move away from St James's Park and kind of adapt with the newer times, bringing in all the new stadium revenue, which I must admit, it does look more appealing, but I will get on to why I'd rather stay at St James's Park in just a second. The executives on stage were actually shocked by how many people wanted to stay at, how many people wanted to move away from St James's Park. And yeah, the majority of people did want to move away from St James's Park. Now, this is my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get this off the screen now, but the majority of the 2,000 people did actually want to leave our historic ground, which I really do find mind-boggling. Now, first of all, many questions were asked. Well, how many of these people are season ticket holders? Myself, of course. I am a season ticket holder, but that doesn't give me any right towards someone who lives in Newcastle and is a Mags membership holder, for example, or someone who's not a Mags membership holder or even a season ticket holder. It really doesn't matter. However, I must say, I'm a truly freely open-minded person. If we were to stay at St James's Park, you know, you've got the history, you've got the ground that, although it may seem a little bit cursed because we haven't won a trophy for 70 years, that is Newcastle United. In my opinion, I think we kind of overlook how important St James's Park is to how we play an Eddie Howe's high-intensity, high-pressing, tenacious system. It really does give that, lads, and Eddie Howe himself freely speaks about how much it helps the players on that pitch, likes of your Anthony Gordons, who, as we know, absolutely thrive off the word of work rate. The fans give them that 12th man, shall we say, kind of getting them numbers mixed up wrong there. St James's Park crowd, you know, it can't be undervalued of how important that is to how we play. If we take a look at West Ham, for example, they had a ground to what is, of course, not now the Bowling Ground, the London Stadium. They had a ground called the Bowling Ground, and it was highly regarded as one of the best and the most atmospheric stadiums in the whole of England. Now, the same cannot be said at all. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, you're around 1,000,000 miles away from the stadium. It's not the most atmospheric stadium in the Premier League, and West Ham fans have had their voices heard for a very long time. I don't want that to happen to Newcastle United. I really, really don't want us from going to one of the most, you know, where away fans love going, the atmosphere, absolutely everything about it. People love St James's Park. You've got all the pubs next to it, you've got the public transport, you've got everything you can imagine. It's right smack bang in the middle of the city centre. It couldn't be more perfect for the landscape sort of image. But I must say, although I really do want to stay at St James's Park, you know, it's so historic, I do feel kind of lighthearted saying we've got so many memories there, although not trophies. I think we might have to bite the bullet. And I really, really do think we might have to bite the bullet. With this financial fair play, restricted world, every penny in FFP really, really does count. And as much as it hurts me to say this, by the way, because seriously, for so long, I really have been strong at staying at St James's Park. Yet again, we might have to bite that bullet. But then again, look, I'm saying all this and you lot let me know what you want to do. I know Stella has a strong opinion on this one. Some people are saying too much history, so no move, plus what would happen to the season ticket holders. Well, actually, I do have something, kind of a little bit of inside knowledge there, unfortunately. Does come from a Sunderland fan. My ex-college teacher was a season ticket holder at Sunderland for many, many years in their old ground called Roker Park when they moved from that stadium to their new stadium, the Stadium of... you know what comes next. They invited all the season ticket holders into the box office and they essentially got to choose where they wanted to sit. Obviously, they didn't get it for free or anything, but, you know, they kind of got the priority that a season ticket holder really should deserve in that aspect. But ladies and gentlemen, I do want to chuck something up. You let me know, would you move away from St James's Park or would you like to stay? I'd love to stay, but yet again, if we were to move, I would love a stadium where we've still got that compact atmosphere. I really, and I'm seriously begging, I really, really don't want a soulless ball stadium. We've seen it with the Etihad, how it's kind of called, you know, a soulless ball yet again. It's got no atmosphere whatsoever, and it is pretty infamously known for not having any atmosphere. One thing I do want to chuck about though, I've seen some people on Twitter say that Newcastle United will not progress if we don't move away from St James's Park. Now, let me just chuck something out there. Newcastle United, St James's Park, has around 52,000 seats. I don't know exactly how much it is in the hundreds, maybe 52.4 thousand. The Etihad, off the top of my head yet again, I think it's something like 53,000 seats. There's a minimal difference there. Since 2008, when the Etihad got called the Etihad, and of course Manchester City were bought by their owners, Man City have won 23 trophies. Newcastle United have won 0 major trophies. I'm going to be quite honest, I don't think the stadium is the least of our worries. If anything, that stadium is the most pivotal thing towards Newcastle United. Yes, you can start with your, stereotypical, oh, well, we're cursed in that stadium, but that stadium is genuinely pivotal towards how we play, yet again. I will reiterate myself, in that intensive and tenacious Eddie Howe system, we really are that 12th men to how Newcastle United play. So moving away from there, I really do think if it goes bad, it can go really bad. The last thing we want is a poor run of form from Newcastle United, and yet again, a stadium where the fans can't be heard to cheer on the lads. 52.8k, alright, that's my bad, but, it's kind of in the thousands. We have rich history there. Yet again, we do have a lot of history there. But it's not, rich history, shall we say. Of course, the foundations of our club is absolutely fantastic. We are the 9th most successful club in English history, even though we haven't won a trophy in 70 years. That's absolutely crazy, by the way. Look, it would kill me to move away from that ground. It seriously would. Even though I've only been a season ticket holder for 4 years, it kind of feels like my second home. Like, it seriously does. When you walk into that ground, you feel safe. You just see black and white. It honestly is like you're going to your grandma's house. It really is a family. Every club hates playing at St James's Park, says HDT. It really, really does. I should say, they really do. You see how many opposition fans, how many opposition players say, oh, I'd take a point at St James's Park. That's what we want. We don't want to go to another 80,000 seater stadium, which you're millions of miles away from the ground. Some people do say they are already in the gods in level 7 at St James's Park. We don't want a higher up stadium of that one. But, we do want to keep that sort of idea in people's heads. Oh, I don't want to play Newcastle when they're there. If we look at West Ham, we take a look at Nottingham Forest, although they are doing quite good this season. Last season, we would have said they're not the best team, but they've got quite a good ground going on there. The fans are hostile. I'd take a point at the City ground, which I can actually remember. I did say that last season. When we look at West Ham, arguably, I know they are on very bad form, and we really should beat them on Monday night. Stay tuned for the matchday vlog. They are also coming back. But we look at West Ham. I know the game is at St James's Park, but if we were to play them at the London Olympic Stadium, you don't really have any doubts of that game. Oh, the fans are going to be on our back. They really aren't. They really, really aren't. And that's not to put the West Ham fans down, because they are such a loyal bunch. They've not been in the Premier League for years and years on end. However, if they were at the bowling ground, it would be a real big difference. So I just want to ask you lot, what your sort of opinions would be. I know most of you are saying you would like to stay at St James's Park. I know a fair few people don't like change as it is. 4 Premier League, 6 FA Cups, and people say no success. Yet again, I think we are the 9th most successful club in English history, so we have got a fair few trophies. Logan says, got to love St James's Park, but maybe they should give it a revamp. Well, certainly I agree with you on that. If we do stay at St James's Park with the demand of tickets, the excess amount of membership, what are they called? Membership tickets. I know they are digital, but the amount of memberships that are being sold online, the demand for tickets, we do need to get more seats in that stadium, whether we move to bloody India or stay at St James's Park. Do you get what I'm saying? But an extension of St James's Park does look likely, and it will need to happen as well. Not just for the demand, but it's looking a little bit grimy. Look, I love St James's Park. I love the old-fashioned feeling. But I remember having a season ticket in level 7 last season. And, there's just a plain grey concrete wall kind of blocking my view from watching the lads play. It's not exactly ideal in 2024, however, it is just the football, but we do say that. If we are moving on with the times, football's getting pretty expensive, and if Newcastle United want to put their money where their mouth is, they are going to have to pay up. You know, a fresh lick of paint's going to have to be put everywhere, new facilities in the toilets, everything will need to be sort of considered and certainly took into consideration at Newcastle United. JJ Seema says, I'm a season ticket holder, but before I had one, I couldn't get any tickets. Well, firstly, like myself, you are a very lucky man having a season ticket. But yeah, the demand for tickets right now, it's absolutely astonishing. Yet again, my sister's just bought a membership, actually. She's tried a fair few times to get tickets, and I think she's only got 1 in 3. I know some people do have a very worse ratio from memberships to tickets for that one. Yeah, the toilets are quite grimy, like... Yeah, I must agree with you on that one. I didn't think we'd be talking about toilets, but yes. I asked my little sister who her favourite YouTuber is, and she said Geordie Josh. That's absolutely class. Do you think a fan who doesn't have a season ticket has a better say than someone who has a season ticket? I'm guessing you mean, do you think someone who has a season ticket has a better say than someone who doesn't? Right, okay, this is a very hard question to answer, and I am going to say this. If you think that someone who has a season ticket, like myself, is better than someone who doesn't, absolutely not. You know, we all buy the same shirt, we all watch the same team play, absolutely not. But in terms of staying at St James's Park or moving away from St James's Park, I think someone who has a season ticket does have a bigger say than, for example, someone who lives in El Salvador and has never been to St James's Park. Is that fan absolutely fantastic for supporting Newcastle? Yes, absolutely. You know, they'll wake up at early hours in the morning. However, the only time a season ticket holder has a better say on someone who doesn't is when it involves St James's Park, because they pay the money to go every single game. They've been going for years. That's the only time. But, you know, regarding anything else, we are all exactly the same, and I'll stand by that for a very, very long time. What's your idol? Mine is Maxi. Oh, well, away from St James's Park, I would say not an idol, but certainly a favourite is this man right here. Wouldn't it be more cost effective, says Connor, for the club to expand and remodel St James's Park as opposed to spending billions on building a brand new stadium? Now, I'm going to be honest, Connor, that really does sound sensible, doesn't it? But what I'm thinking of here, of course our owners are very, very wealthy people. To build a new stadium, let's just say for £5 billion, that doesn't really put a dent in their pocket, and that doesn't come under consideration in financial fair play. The only kind of thing that considers in financial fair play, I guess, is the match day revenue. So, for example, yet again, if they spend £5 billion on a new stadium, it's not like we're £5 billion in debt. If we take, I don't know, say £5,000, obviously we'll take a lot more than that, on the first game of the season in our new £5 billion stadium, we will be £5,000 in profit, so to speak. Like in financial fair play, spending money on a stadium doesn't come into the equation. However, the money we raise from that stadium comes as a positive for Newcastle United, just the same as, you know, expanding St James's Park. That also won't come as a negative. There should still be some tickets for sale, I read that wrong, Adam. There should still be some tickets for general sale, like 5,000. That'll probably yet again come more into effect when we are sort of expanding the stadium. And, you know, as it is right now, it's certainly very hard to get tickets with your season ticket priority, then your Mags Plus membership, then your Mags membership. Yeah, there's a lot of demand for tickets, let's just say that, and bearing in mind, we're not even in any European competition this season, so it really, really is an eye-opener to what next season's going to be like, where you would like to imagine we are, you know, in European contention. Yet again, though, lads and lasses, I think I am going to make my statement known now. I would love to stay at St James's Park, and do you know what it is? Yes, I think it would be more beneficial for the club to move away, because it doesn't come under financial fair play if we spend all this money on a fancy new stadium, But yet again, I'm going to make it clear, I don't think we need to move away. However, it would be more beneficial. In my heart, it's certainly saying stay at St James's Park, and if I had the choice, I would want to stay at St James's Park with all the history we've got there, with just the memories you've got there. As a season ticket holder, although I've only been there for 4 years, I don't want to go somewhere else and it be absolutely dreadful. St James's Park is knocked down and, you know, we can't really do anything there. It would be an absolute nightmare. So yes, staying at St James's Park would be my answer, ladies and gentlemen. Tickets are like gold dust. Yes, they seriously are. Let's say an 80,000 seater stadium, says JJ Seema, and £40 a ticket. On average, we will make £3.2 million a game. Just for the full season, that is 121 million. If them statistics are correct, that's just from seat sales. You know, you've got the prices of fans buying drinks at the ground, you've got pints, even the stack will come into financial fair play. That is owned by Newcastle United. You've got the hot dogs and all that sort of stuff, corporate, VIP hospitality, all that sort of stuff will come into play with financial fair play. And of course, lads and lasses, hopefully some of them seats aren't going to the resale website, shall we say, where they spend absolutely thousands, or fans spend absolutely thousands on tickets that cost just about £80 from someone who's bought a membership. I do want to bring something onto the picture, shall we say, onto the live stream, which is kind of away from St James's Park, but it is something about expanding, and it is about Newcastle United, so I guess we are kind of on the right lines here. It's been reported by Craig Hope, if this is the right one, yes it is, that Newcastle United are now working on plans to expand the current training ground. The reason I'm touching upon this, lads and lasses, it's been said that Newcastle United around a while ago would actually make their training ground right next to their new built ground. That's completely false. It says in this article that a new training ground, the training ground will stay where it is at Benton Park, or as it's known as, Darsley Park. So there's not going to be any new stadium built next to the new training ground. It is just going to stay where it is, which also could hint to maybe staying at St James's Park. Fingers crossed. I very highly doubt it, but yet again, fingers crossed, lads and lasses. Also, we've got a little quote here from Twitter. We understand 3 to 4 sites have been shortlisted. This is Jamie Rubin speaking, by the way. Near Newcastle Racecourse, owned by the Rubin family, while the others are in and around Ponteland and closest to the airport. Now, I believe this image is either of some Premier League training ground or it's AI generated, but that does look pretty nice. I can tell that's not mainland Newcastle, just to say the least. But there we'll have it, lads and lasses. That is the little bit of news on the training ground we've been given. But yet again, I think we're going to end the live there. Now, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Normally, we are going to do the lives for a lot longer. I know we've only done this live for, 22 minutes. They may be a lot longer, but I kind of wanted to get the first episode done nice and shortly, just to get to bearings with what's going on here. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute honour. I'm really, really great to see all your faces back in the chat. I really, really am, by the way. I'm not just saying that. So I will see you tomorrow. And I'm going to be honest, I'm excited to do one tomorrow already. I've got something in the back of my head which may involve a certain wonder kid from Leon who's been linked to Newcastle United called Ryan Cherky. Stay tuned for tomorrow's Daily News Live. There we'll have it, lads and lasses. I hope you all have enjoyed. And yet again, I will see you tomorrow. And I think we're going to do it a little bit earlier than 5 PM since it is a Saturday. Anyways though, NUFC Edits, it's been great to see you. HDT Football, JJ Seema, Logan Go-To. Oh, Logan, it's your birthday tomorrow. I do wish you... Sorry, I'll take that back. I'll say that to you tomorrow, mate, when it is your birthday, so it makes it a little bit better. Hello, I should say bye, Adam, mate. It's been great seeing you all. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hope you have enjoyed. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already, so people can rewatch this live once it's over and done with. Subscribe if you are new to the Geordie Josh channel. And yes, in the next one, I do believe we'll have some things to fill out the screen. See you later, Jeff. See you later, Lennon. It's been great, everyone. See you all tomorrow.